Get in here, come on. Use your, come on, this is the friendly table. All right, you guys all good? All right, everybody. I want to thank you for being here. My name is Senator Jake Hoffman. I am the founding chairman of the Arizona Freedom Caucus and a state senator representing Legislative District 15. We have a few speakers on the agenda today. The first is Christina Curso. She is the parent who flagged the issues with the handbook. But look, I want to begin by saying that I'm incredibly grateful to Superintendent Tom Horn for the leadership he's shown since these concerns were raised. He stepped up and made it very apparent to everyone, including at the beginning of the State Board of Education meeting this morning, that he stands for public input, for transparency in the process, and so I cannot commend him enough for having done that. So with that, I want to lead with Christina Curso, then she'll introduce our next speaker, and then I'll come up and make a few remarks at the end.
Thank you, Senator Hoffman, and legislators are here today. For the past decade, I've been an advocate, defender, and watchdog of the ESA program. 10 days ago, when I discovered the department submitted their new proposed handbook to the state board, it really shocked me because it said the recommendation was for adoption and we, the parents, hadn't seen it. I work with ESA's families every single day. They didn't know about it, so I alerted it to them and they started going through it page by page. We are grateful for the letter that went to the state board on Friday and for everyone who signed it. They love our ESA kids and we're so grateful for them for standing in the breach here. Today's message is clear: transparency and legislative intent. This program was created to empower parents in educating their children, and that must be our continued goal. Over the years, the State Board has made it crystal clear that public forums, public meetings, and parent engagement is absolutely necessary for this program, and in particular, the handbook process. So it's our hope today that the board, and we have good feelings now that the superintendent has made his intentions clear that they will. We hope that they don't adopt this new handbook and with its overreaching regulations that are outside of the legislature's intent in the law. We hope that it goes back to a stakeholder process and that they begin to engage parents. And we have many parents that are upstairs today at the meeting already. A few came down for this particular press conference. And I'd like to introduce you to Kelly Kenny, who lives in southern Arizona, a little southern.
Hello, thank you so much to our senators and representatives for being here today. We appreciate your true representation of the people, especially my own Senator, Wendy Rogers, who has been a fighter for my child in the ESA program. My name is Kelly Kenny. I am an ESA mom for 3 years. I am here today because I was very disappointed when I got word of the handbook, the draft handbook, that was not provided to us parents. There are many things in the handbook that are problematic to us parents. I'm calling on the state board to reject it, and I'm very thankful for Superintendent Horn for agreeing with that earlier in the meeting. And I'm very excited to go up to the meeting and with our other ESA parents that are up there. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Okay, thank you.
So as I said, when Superintendent Tom Horn opened up the State Board of Education meeting today, he asked the board to consider a substitute motion or an alternate motion that would reject the 24-25 parent handbook and instead adopt the 23-24 handbook to continue through this next school year so that there can be a robust stakeholder working group consisting of those most impacted by the regulations that come with this handbook between now and the creation of the subsequent handbook. I think this is an incredibly wise decision that he's made. I think that the families, the educational providers who have to live and abide by these rules are overwhelmingly appreciative. You know, the legislature has heard from hundreds of parents just in the last 72 hours about this issue. And I think Tom Horn's leadership on this it really demonstrates that the people of Arizona made the right choice in electing Tom Horn as opposed to the Democrat in the 2022 election. And so I'm incredibly grateful for his leadership on this issue. And I thank you all for coming out. We're happy to take a couple of questions. Yes. Sure. So the issues that parents raise primarily revolve around lack of public input. This is something where we want parents, we want educational providers, we want the people who are impacted by these regulations to have an opportunity to weigh in, to comment, and really to be a part of the process. This is something the legislature consistently does at the Capitol when it comes to stakeholder working groups. I know the Department of Education, under the leadership of Tom Horn, aims to do that in every scenario as well. And so in this situation, I think he's made it very clear that he agrees there should be more public input, and I think he stands right there with Republican legislators and parents on that issue.
Are there specific issues in the handbook that you can point out to us that you've taken that you'd like to change before we move back next year?
So I think the big issue here is not one item versus another. It's specifically that we want parents to be engaged in the process. We want educational providers to be engaged in the process, and I don't see any sunlight between Superintendent Horn and those of us calling for that. So we're very grateful. Sir.
Can Board of Education restrict how parents spend their ESA money?
So we need to be very clear about what's permissible under state statute, as well as what the legislative intent in the original law, the universal expansion, was. And so that's something that I think you're going to see from a stakeholder group like what we've talked about. You're going to see those types of questions have a chance to be vetted, and then the right decisions come out on the other side. Any other questions? Mary Jo, come on, you gotta have something.
I can't pull up my phone right now, but I understand that there was a draft of the handbook was sent out, I believe, for input.
Was it Kelly?
No,
No.
I'm hearing now that
So that's not our understanding.
Senator Hoffman, we've received 4 emails since December. We've received 4 emails as ESA parents from the ESA department, and that is drastically less than what we had before. Yes, since December. I did not see that, and I definitely read them very thoroughly. I did not see any handbooks sent. The first time I was made aware as a parent was the middle of last week.
Thanks. Look, Mary Jo, I understand that the media likes more than anything Republican on Republican violence. That is not what we're here to do today, okay? We're actually here standing with Superintendent Horn and his announcement that he made to the State Board of Ed this morning. We think that is in the best interest of parents, and we appreciate his leadership on the issue. Well, this is part of the legislative process. It's part of the, how the sausage is made, right? We have conversations, we collaborate, we coordinate, we make sure that we're all rowing in the same direction for the children of this state. And we think that more public input, transparency in the process is in the best interest of everyone involved. So, okay, thank you all very much. Appreciate you coming out.
Always looking sharp.
Somebody else coming up to town?
I don't think so. I think they're doing it.
Shake that.
We think Superintendent